Welcome to Disney's Port Orleans Riverside Resort, a charming moderate resort that captures the romance and tranquility of the American South. From the stately mansions of Magnolia Bend to the rustic charm of Alligator Bayou, Riverside offers scenic beauty, peaceful walking paths, and easy access to Disney Springs via boat. Whether you're taking a quiet stroll along the Sassagoula River or just looking to unwind between park days, this resort provides a relaxing escape while still keeping you in the magic. Like any resort, it comes with its own pros and cons, and we'll go over all of that by the end of the video to help you decide if this is the right fit for your next stay. If you enjoy Disney resort tours like this one, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming walkthroughs, dining reviews, and planning tips. Let's dive into Port Orleans Riverside and take a closer look around. We're starting at the main entrance, which is designed to resemble a classic riverside building, something you might see along the banks of the Mississippi in a small southern port town. With its peaked roofline, muted siding, and subtle wood accents, the architecture fits perfectly with the relaxed riverfront theme of the resort. Inside the lobby, known as the Sassagoula Steamboat Company, you'll find a large open rotunda with high ceilings, exposed beams, and warm wood tones that give it the feel of a converted riverboat warehouse. The details are subtle but effective: vintage props, soft lighting, and a design that strikes a nice balance between rustic and refined. The check-in area off to the right is fairly spacious, with plenty of room to spread out, and a good number of cast members stationed to help guests get settled. There's also plenty of comfy seating if you need to take a break or wait for your room to be ready. Whether you're arriving for the first time or just need assistance during your stay, this area usually runs efficiently and feels calm compared to some of the busier lobbies on property. Now we'll head back across the rotunda to check out Fulton's general store. And if you love a well-themed Disney gift shop, this one's definitely worth a stop. Fulton's is styled like an old-fashioned general store along the river, and the theming here runs deep. Behind the main counter, you'll see crates, barrels, and mill equipment that tie right into the Riverside Mill next door. And if you look closely throughout the shop, you'll even spot small animated scenes featuring Donald Duck and his nephews. Fun little touches that bring the space to life. As for the merchandise, there's a solid variety. You'll find all the usual Disney souvenirs, apparel, plush, pins, ears, and mugs, along with a few Riverside-specific items if you catch them in stock. There's also a small grocery and convenience section tucked away toward the back with snacks, drinks, and travel essentials. It's one of the best themed gift shops at any moderate resort, and even if you're not buying anything, it's fun to walk through and take in all the details. Just next to Fulton's, we're stepping into River Roost, the resort's lounge and bar area, and home to one of the most legendary performers of Walt Disney World. In the evenings, this place really comes to life thanks to Yeehaw Bob Jackson, a fan-favorite performer known for his high-energy piano show and crowd interaction. If he's performing during your visit, it's absolutely worth carving out time to see him. He's a true Disney World hidden gem. They serve a full bar menu with cocktails, wine, and beer, plus a few small bites if you're looking for something light. It's a relaxed and welcoming space whether you're here for the show or just stopping for a quick drink. Now we're heading a little further down the hall to Boatwright's Dining Hall, the resort's table service restaurant. This spot leans heavily into the shipyard theming with wooden beams, nautical tools, and even a partially built sailing ship suspended from the rafters. It's designed to feel like an old southern boat construction warehouse turned dining room, and the atmosphere is warm, rustic, and full of character. The menu focuses on southern comfort food with a Cajun and Creole influence. Think jambalaya, shrimp and grits, and a signature prime rib. It's a hearty selection that matches the setting well. And as a table service restaurant at a moderate resort, Boatwright's is somewhat unique, offering a full service dining experience without having to leave Riverside. It's only open for dinner, and while it doesn't always get a lot of buzz, it's a convenient and flavorful option if you're staying here. Reservations are definitely recommended during busier times. Continuing even further down the walkway, we come to Riverside Mill, the resort's main quick service dining location. The food here covers all the basics and then some. In the morning, you'll find a full range of breakfast options like Mickey waffles, platters with eggs and bacon, fresh pastries, and even a create-your-own omelet station on some mornings. Later in the day, the menu shifts to things like burgers, sandwiches, pastas, salads, and a few southern-inspired choices like roasted chicken, cornbread, or baked mac and cheese. There's also a bakery case with cupcakes and desserts, plus a grab-and-go section for snacks, drinks, and cold items if you're in a hurry. There's plenty of seating inside, along with refill stations for resort mugs, making it a practical and easy spot to stop no matter what time of day. But what really sets Riverside Mill apart is the theming, especially the working water wheel. Just outside the building is a large wooden water wheel, and from inside the food court, you can actually see the gears turning through a series of viewing windows. It's a neat touch that ties back to the idea of this being a converted grain mill, and it gives the space a bit of motion and life you don't often see in a food court. Altogether, it's one of the most thoughtfully themed quick service spots in the moderate resort category. Now, with the main interior spaces covered, we're headed back through to the central rotunda to explore everything that's waiting outside. Riverside has a beautifully laid out property with scenic walking paths, river views, and some great amenities tucked throughout the grounds. Whether you're staying in one of the mansion buildings or the Bayou-style lodges, the outdoor areas are a huge part of what makes this resort so relaxing and enjoyable to walk through. Stepping outside, the whole feel of the resort really opens up. This area has the calm, open-air vibe of a quiet riverfront dock. Wooden railings line the edge with classic street lamps spaced along the walkway, and uninterrupted views of the Sassagoula River stretching out in front of you. It's simple, open, and peaceful, a great place to pause for a moment, lean on the railing, and just enjoy the view. Just a few steps away, you'll find the marina and the boat launch area, one of Riverside's most convenient and scenic features. From here, you can hop aboard a boat that follows the Sassagoula River toward Disney Springs, with a stop along the way at Port Orleans French Quarter. It's a relaxing and scenic way to travel, offering a much quieter alternative to the buses. The ride is smooth, tree-lined, and especially beautiful in the evenings as the lights begin to reflect off the water. The marina is also the starting point for guided fishing excursions, a unique catch-and-release experience that gives guests a chance to enjoy a slower side of Disney. If you're looking for a peaceful activity outside the parks, it's a fun way to spend a morning. You can also rent bikes and Surrey bikes here, which are perfect for exploring both Riverside and the nearby French Quarter Resort. With paved paths and plenty of scenic spots, it's an easy and enjoyable ride for guests of all ages. Even if you're not setting out on an adventure, the boat dock is a great place to take in the view, watch the river boats glide by, and soak up that relaxed southern atmosphere. Now we're walking along the back of the main building, following the walkway that runs beside the river and leads toward the water wheel. This stretch has a quiet, timeless feel to it. You'll pass by some shaded seating areas, classic lampposts, and beautifully maintained landscaping, all with the soft sound of water nearby and the occasional riverboat drifting past in the distance. As we make our way toward the water wheel, you really get a sense of how well everything ties together, the resort's charm, its slower pace, and the way it invites you to just take a deep breath and enjoy the moment. It's not about rushing from place to place. It's about soaking in the details, the movement of the river, and the simple beauty of the surroundings. Now, once we reach the bridge, we turn and get a great look back at the water wheel outside Riverside Mill. It's one of the most recognizable features of the resort, a large wooden wheel turning steadily along the side of the building. Seeing it from this angle really brings the theming full circle. It's not just a decorative element, it ties into the story of the mill, the food court inside, and the resort's overall riverside setting. The gentle sound of the wheel turning and the view across the water makes this one of those small but memorable moments, a quiet detail that adds so much to the atmosphere without needing any extra attention. Just past the bridge, we're heading into one of the most popular spots of the resort, Old Man Island, the main pool and recreation area here at Port Orleans Riverside. This whole area is themed like an old-fashioned southern swimming hole set on a wooded island in the middle of the Sassagoula River. The main pool is large and freeform, surrounded by trees, rockwork, and rustic details that make it feel like a natural part of the landscape. One standout feature is the 95-foot water slide, which flows through a weathered wooden structure designed to look like an old sawmill. Nearby, there's a waterfall pouring off what looks like a wooden conveyor track, the kind you'd find on a mill transporting logs or grain. It's a clever detail that adds both motion and atmosphere to the area, tying the whole sawmill theme together in a fun and visually interesting way. You'll also find a hot tub off to the side, plenty of seating, and several shaded areas that make this a comfortable spot to relax even on hotter days. It's a great mix of theming and function, one of the better feature pool areas you'll find at a moderate resort. Just a few steps away from the main pool is Muddy Rivers, the pool bar here at Old Man Island. It's housed in a small wooden building that blends right into the rustic theming of the area, with exposed beams, tin roofing, and a relaxed, laid-back vibe that fits the setting perfectly. The menu features a variety of frozen and specialty cocktails, along with beer, wine, and a few non-alcoholic options. You can usually find seasonal drinks on rotation too, and the bartenders here tend to be friendly and quick to chat if it's not too busy. There's covered seating nearby, along with a few high-top tables if you want to sip and relax in the shade while the kids swim. It's a great place to unwind, especially in the late afternoon when the sun starts to dip behind the trees and the whole area cools off a bit. And just behind the main pool, you'll find the resort's playground. It's a convenient spot for younger guests to burn off some extra energy. The equipment here is more modern in design, with brightly colored slide, climbing features, and soft ground covering for safety. It's not especially large, but it offers a good mix of features for little ones to climb, slide, and explore. The whole area is tucked just far enough from the pool to give it its own space, but still close enough that families can easily go back and forth. If you're looking for a break from the water or a spot to let the kids play before heading back to the room, it's a nice little bonus feature to have. Now we're making our way across the bridge that connects Acadian House and Magnolia Terrace, two of the 4 mansion buildings that make up the Magnolia Bend section of the resort. This area brings a more elegant, refined feel to the resort. As you cross the bridge, the theming shifts. You'll start to notice manicured lawns, fountains, and stately architecture inspired by the grand plantation homes of the American South. It's a calm, picturesque part of the resort with a very different vibe than the more rustic sections, and it really shows off how much variety Port Orleans Riverside has to offer. Now, after crossing the bridge, we're actually heading deeper into the resort, and we're going to make our way up toward Alligator Bayou. This section has a completely different look and feel from Magnolia Bend, which we'll get back to in just a minute. Here the theming shifts to a more rustic, rural Louisiana vibe, with low-slung lodges nestled among trees, dense greenery, and lots of natural shade along the winding paths. The buildings are styled to resemble cozy backwood cabins, with wood texture siding, earthy colors, and subtle bayou-inspired details throughout. It feels quiet and secluded, like you've stumbled onto a hidden riverside retreat, and the layout reinforces that. Paths here curve and twist throughout the landscape, giving the area a more natural and relaxed flow compared to the formal structure across the river. If you're drawn to peaceful wooded surroundings with a more outdoorsy charm, Alligator Bayou delivers a completely different experience within the same resort. Now we're coming into the backside of Acadian House, and right away you're greeted by the beautiful central fountain. It's a calm, elegant feature that sets the tone for this entire section. Compared to the natural woodsy feel of Alligator Bayou, the vibe here shifts to something more refined and formal. The landscaping is clean and symmetrical, with trimmed hedges, wide brick pathways, and tall white columns lining the buildings. The fountain here sits right at the heart of this courtyard and adds just the right amount of movement and sound to the space. It's a peaceful little detail, and it reinforces that quiet upscale feel that defines the Magnolia Bend section. The buildings here in Acadian House feature classic Southern style architecture with soft cream colored exteriors, bright white trim, and pale green railings that line the upper walkways. And tucked right between Acadian House and Magnolia Terrace is one of Riverside's quiet pools. Each of the resort's room sections has its own quiet pool, and this one is especially convenient for those guests staying in Magnolia Bend mansions. It's a peaceful alternative to the main feature pool on Old Man Island. No water slides or loud activity, just a calm, well-maintained space to cool off or unwind. There are loungers surrounding the pool and just a couple of umbrellas for shade, so it's best to come early if you're hoping to avoid the full sun. Now we're going to move over between Magnolia Terrace and Oak Manor, and from here you get a nice view of the Magnolia Terrace buildings. They follow the same elegant design seen throughout Magnolia Bend. The architecture is clean, symmetrical, giving it that refined southern charm that defines this whole section of the resort. The landscaping around Magnolia Terrace feels a little more open here, with wide brick paths and just enough shade to make for a comfortable walk through the area. Moving on, we're now in the heart of Oak Manor, standing in the central courtyard that features a beautiful grassy lawn and a quiet fountain right in the middle. This area feels especially serene, with neatly trimmed hedges and just enough open space to give it a grand symmetrical feel. The buildings here around us shift in both color and style. Here the facades are light grayish brick with white trim and soft blue railings, creating a cooler, more subdued look compared to the cream tones over in Magnolia Terrace. Just to the right of Oak Manor is Parterre Place, the fourth and final mansion building in the Magnolia Bend section. Parterre continues the same refined architectural style with the white trim and soft blue railings we saw over at Oak Manor. But here the buildings return to that light cream color exterior, giving Parterre a look that feels more in line with Acadian and Magnolia Terrace, while still carrying that cool toned accent color. Parterre is also the most secluded of the mansion buildings, located at the far end of the resort, so it tends to be more quiet, making it a great choice for guests who value a little extra privacy. As we make our way back toward the main building, let's go over a few quick pros and cons to help you decide if Riverside is the right fit for your next Disney stay. First, the pros. Has a peaceful, scenic atmosphere. With its riverside setting, the mature landscaping, and the southern theming, this resort has a calm, relaxing vibe that makes it feel like a true escape from the parks. There's two distinct themed resort sections, so you get two very different experiences in one resort. The rustic charm of Alligator Bayou and the stately elegance of Magnolia Bend, each offering their own unique appeal. Different transportation options. In addition to buses, Riverside offers boat service to Disney Springs and French Quarter, plus there's also a scenic walking path to French Quarter. You get solid amenities at a moderate price, from the feature pool on Old Man Island to bike rentals, fishing excursions, and one of the better themed food courts. You get a lot of value for the moderate category. And now on the flip side, let's go over a couple cons. This place has a large layout. This is a very sprawling resort, so depending on where your room is located, you may face longer walks to the lobby, dining, and transportation. There's no elevators in Alligator Bayou, so unlike Magnolia Bend, Alligator Bayou buildings are only 2 stories tall and they do not have elevators, so something to keep in mind if stairs are a concern. Slightly limited dining variety. While Riverside Mill is a great food court and Boatwright offers a nice table service option, the dining lineup isn't as extensive as some other resorts, especially if you're staying for several days. Now, that's going to wrap up our full walking tour of Riverside. This resort stands out in the moderate category for its variety, charm, and laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're drawn to the rustic cabins of Alligator Bayou or the elegant mansions of Magnolia Bend, there's a lot to love here, and the Riverside setting really just ties it all together. It may not have the flashiest dining or the closest access to the parks, but what it does offer is a sense of calm and charm that's tough to beat, especially if you're looking for a resort that feels like a true retreat. If you stayed here before, I'd love to hear what you thought. Drop a comment below and let me know your favorite part of Riverside. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more resort tours, ride POVs, planning tips, and Disney walkthroughs every week here on the Sorcerer's Vault. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon.